got a long, long way to go. We've got a long, long way to go. So let's get started on this road, on this road. It gets inside the disarray, asphyxiate.
And hello, and welcome to the live stream. And we are up and running, finally. So I got a new camera this week, or last week, I guess. And it is good and bad. Good because it's much better quality, but bad because I'm still trying to figure out how the widescreen works. I've got a green screen behind me, but it's not wide enough, so I'm going to have to sort that out. Eventually, hopefully, I will have it all figured out, but for now, I'm just going to see if I can pull this a little closer. That at least cuts that corner off, and then start to pull this one a bit more. And that cuts that corner off, but we're still got a big old, very obvious side where it's showing. So I'll do my best to try and figure this out later, but for the moment, there we are. So hopefully you can all hear me. And we'll get up and running here with the actual game in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to give people time to get on board. Okay, so here's the thing. We now have a question to be asked. And the question is, so everybody who I talked to said, play a new game, don't play this game. Oh, I'm actually farther along than I thought I was. I must have played it a bit more. So I played, currently I'm playing as the United States, as fascist USA, trying to take over the world. However, somehow I managed to not get myself in the right group, so I'm actually in the Axis, or instead of being in the Axis like I probably should have been, I ended up in the Allies, mostly by accident. And so me and Mexico are on this in an alliance along with the Philippines, and we're at war with Japan, who so far hasn't been able to do very much against us. Whether they've invaded the Philippines, I couldn't tell you yet. I haven't really looked. I've been too busy doing other things. So Hearts of Iron 4, for those of you that don't know, obviously from the screen, should be pretty clear, is a World War II game. It is based around the idea that you run a country from typically from 1936 till whenever the war ends. Sometimes that can be quite a long time after the real war ended. It's so different than any other game I've played. Paradox is the studio that puts it out. Paradox is well known for being a very complex real-time strategy type gaming company, and a lot of their games are very difficult. So I have taken this on because I used to really love playing Axis and Allies. That was a game I played so much when I was younger. And this feels like Axis and Allies on steroids. It's so crazy because, like, you have the World War II aspect, but you also have this fact that things are just so much more detailed, so much more complex. And Axis and Allies, I mean, I even played with, I mean, in modern video game parlance would be with mods. And the mods themselves weren't as complex as this game is. And they added a ton of levels. Like, they made Germany so different from where they started. So I'm not going to play multiplayer because I'm really crap at this, and multiplayer's hard. Because, funny enough, playing against players, they would smoke me. So I'm a little scared of that, I'll be honest. Plus, I'm kind of showing this to people who may or may not have seen the game before, so it's a little easier to explain when you can pause. And the other problem that you have with multiplayer is the bigger multiplayer you have, the more likely it's going to lag. So that's part of the problem. So we're going to go from January 36, just so that I can prepare. It takes a large amount of preparation, so starting from that year, you're going to end up a while before you really get into the nitty-gritty, because a lot of countries just literally do not have the resources to start a war. And as I found out from watching others, when you start the war early, your side generally has troubles. I've seen the Axis kick off a year early, and they ended up getting beaten up because they just didn't have enough time to gather the resources. And one critical thing is depending on where you're based, your resources become hugely important. And one of the big key resources is Finland, hey? I might consider that. One of the key resources is rubber, which you need for your planes, and you need iron. And if you don't have either of those resources, things can get pretty ugly pretty quickly because your ability to build things is much slower. So, okay, so I'm being encouraged to take Finland. Finland sounds like a quick death to me. So, Just to be honest. So for those of you watching later or catching up to the stream, so the options are, the initial options as you can see here are the main countries. You got Japan, France, America, Britain, Germany, Italy, Soviet Union. So that's the big ones. You can see that on the screen. Each of them have a lot more power and ability than any of the other smaller countries do. Some of the smaller countries are really cool because they have some things about them that make them a lot easier to kind of deal with in some respects. Like I've seen people take Romania and be quite successful with them because they have so much oil. But again, they're landlocked, so it's difficult to get resources. I mean, they do have the Black Sea, but if all it takes is one country to cut you off and suddenly you have no resources, so outside of oil. So there is that option, or you can take things like Canada. Canada's problem is it is small as far as actual population. Has the resources, but the population is very tiny. It also doesn't have rubber, so it has to find places to get it from. And having played Canada before, I can tell you I beat my head against the wall trying to do anything. Now, mind you, I played that quite a long time ago, and at the time, it went reasonably okay. If I'm going to take Finland, though, as suggested, I'm going to end up either in the Axis or the Comintern, because honestly, if you don't ally with one of the bigger ones, you're going to die, because the Soviets, as part of their historical notion, will always attack you. So you instantly have this massive country dealing with you, and if Germany doesn't come along with you, you're screwed. So I would not last very long in that circumstance, but I might consider that. So, all right, let's have a look, shall we? Select country. Let's type in. Do we need to? Oh. Okay, so select country. So if we go to Finland, okay. Sorry, I'm going to keep it on recruit because again, I'm sucky at this game still. I haven't won a game in recruit, so I'm certainly the heck not going to take on something more difficult. Okay, so we've got. They're non-aligned, so that means you got to switch them over to something fairly quickly. They're authoritarian. Their next election is actually in June of 36, which you're never going to be ready for because look at the setup here. You got democratic and you got fascist, and you don't have communist. So if you want to be on the Russian side, you're going to have a hard time doing it. So that's probably the easiest thing to do is go fascist because your best chance of getting the election before the war begins. Once you go fascist, though, you're going to end up with interesting issues because, like I said, your border with the Russians is so large that they can swamp you pretty quickly, and you got to hope that Norway and Sweden help you out if you can get them on board, or preferably that you have Germany to here, because then that way it protects you from problems later. Let's see here. And I'm just going to scroll down. Now, I've tried Romania, I will say. I have tried... Why won't I? Oh, okay. I keep forgetting how this thing scrolls. So I've tried Romania. I've tried Germany. That didn't end well. I've tried America. Still playing that game. I've tried Canada. I'm trying to think what else. If I was... France, I hear, is really difficult, as is the UK, because France starts out at a bunch of negatives. They have some things about them that make it very difficult. It's not impossible, but it isn't difficult. Spain would be an interesting one. The problem is you have a civil war to deal with straight off, but if you can win that civil war, you can become a player, especially if you're working with the Axis, very quickly, and you can cause France all sorts of trouble. In some ways, actually, that might be one to consider. Italy is pretty good. It's one of the big countries, of course, so it has a lot of power. You can, as I said, I've been Canada. I've seen people do the South American countries. Their biggest problem is they just don't have enough resources to make them a real threat. However, they do have the ability to invade Africa if they can avoid ending up in a big problem. The problem is usually you're on the opposite of the Americans, and the Americans will come in, and so will the British if you take this area, and you kind of need to because that's where oil is. So you end up in major problems. Funny enough, Venezuela seems to be an anti-American country even at that point because they always seem to go to war against them. Japan, I don't like their position, but I mean the thing is if you can grab, the southern islands around here where all the resources are, because this is where rubber and oil is, you have a shot. Because this is the big thing. The Netherlands gets this, which is really very helpful. I mean, that's another thing. I guess it could be the Netherlands. Ugh, that would be That would either be the shortest war ever, or I would kick the Germans' butt. I don't know quite yet. Because I could set up a Maginot Line along here and protect it from the Germans. This is tough. Finland's an option, though. Fine, we'll take Finland. We'll follow your suggestion. We'll take Finland. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna stick to historical AI focus because if you don't, they go really weird. Like Germany will go into Sweden consistently if you don't. For whatever reason, they've decided that rather than deal with Poland or deal with France, we'll go hit Sweden for some reason. And they do really weird things anyway. So they've tried to mitigate it in the latest update. Apparently, I haven't really noticed a whole big difference, but we'll see what happens. Okay, Finland, as soon as it loads, we'll zoom in and start working away. And of course it's loading. Yeah, I've watched multiplayer games. The biggest problem with them is the lag, because the more people you have, of course you're dependent on their internet. Oh my lord. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm going to do here, oh, look at that, we're already out of resources. What are we missing? So if you look here in this tree, you can see where the resources are that you need. And right now I don't need oil, which is kind of hilarious. Don't need rubber, but I know I'm going to need both of those because if I want tanks or if I want airplanes, I got to have those. So as of right now, I don't have... Oh, I need aluminum. That's what I need is aluminum. Okay. So we click on aluminum. We'll get it from France for now. Should we get it from France? I don't want to get it from the Soviet Union because I'll lose it straight away. Could get it from the Germans, but France has tons, so we're going to get it from the French for now. Because I got a few years before this becomes a problem. I think I'm going to have to go into the Axis. I think going into the Allies will not save me from the Russians. And I'm not even sure this will save me, but, you know. We'll go... What's the best option? There's so little. Why does the... Oh, because the British Raj has tons. Okay, well, we'll get it from them for now. We don't actually have a need for any of this for the moment, but I'm going to need tons of this. So we're going to get this from the Americans. It's going to be the easiest. So we'll switch that up. Okay, so now we need to build some factories for sure. I haven't actually started the game. You'll notice it's paused. Because if I start the game, everything starts to tick over, and I need a little bit to try and organize first before we get into that mess. So I want to go here. Okay, so what I want to see is I want to see what my military infrastructure is like. Yeah, it's really bad. Can I not? Okay, I can build. I can't actually build up there. I guess it's too close to the border or something? No, because I can build there. That's bizarre. I'm going to build to the max, I think. So the one thing I was shown the other day when watching... So I watch a lot of the Yogscast. They play this game quite heavily. Okay, I can't do any more of that. Don't want to build some more civilian factories. I wonder if I can... No, I can't actually build any there. So we'll build... Oh, I can't seem to add any. Why can't I add any? Huh, weird. I can't... Oh, I guess they're full. I just realized they're all blue. So I can't add any civilian factories, but we definitely want to build infrastructure. That is what would kill me if I don't have that built up. Because one thing you want to be able to do is shift troops around quite quickly, and you can only do that if you have the supplies to do it with. So we're going to pump up the volume on this, because that makes a huge difference in getting troops. Should I do anti-air? Air base. How many air bases do we have? We have one. Okay, we're going to want one here for sure. I don't think I need one down here because honestly, to protect myself from this mess, I think I only need this one, but I got 5 there. So how about we put one there? We're going to put a bunch more investment there. There we go. Okay, so we've done that. I am paying attention to the chat, so if you want to chat to me, I'm actually looking at... That's one thing with this game is you can kind of still do other things. Okay, so I want to go there for sure. I want to upgrade to motorized, although I've never freaking used this properly. Now, the one thing I do want to do is I want to go to tanks, and oh yeah, of course I can't do this yet because I have to do this one first. Great war tank. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now, apparently I have a grand total of, wow, that's pretty poor. Not enough. That's pretty much what I've got. Okay, so here's what you have as a starting off point. Typically, you have options to go either this way or that way. This is the fascist line. This is the communist line. There's your liberty, democracy, or neutrality. Neutrality is not going to work for Finland. That would be death. I really don't think that the communism aspect will work, simply because I think the Germans will cause me all sorts of trouble. I mean, I could, but then I become a bulwark against the Germans, which is not fun. Political correctness. Why is political correctness under that category? That's bizarre. Fascism. I always have gone fascist, just simply because it's quicker. I don't know. But we need to do political effort first, so we'll do that. What else? Anything else before we start the term timer? We're low manpower. I know that. We're always at low manpower. We don't have enough. The other thing you need is this, which is political power. The more political power you have, the more things you can do, which is key to getting more men. Okay, so the other thing I want to do, again, before we get started, wow, my navy is pathetic, is I want to take all these troops, which are very green, apparently, and I want, see, this is where the infrastructure will be important, because you can use that to send troops quickly to places. So as of right now, I want to make that into one army. We're going to call it. Okay, so their job, yeah. Okay, so while we're doing that, go back to here. Land forts. So I want to save myself, basically, and I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to set up things here to kind of protect against the Russian insanity, because the Soviets are guaranteed to attack, just from a historical standpoint. There's probably quicker ways of doing this, but I'm trying to make sure. Oops, oh well. Okay, so I'm building land forts here. Right now I'm only building one, but the idea is if I can use these to kind of slow the Russians down, it won't let them invade quite so quickly, and I need to protect this area because this is a big thing. Now, the only thing is if they send ships this way, I'm pooched, but hopefully they won't do that, or this way, and if I do that, then I have to have marine coastal forts. And so anybody attacking through here is going to be slowed down and act sort of like the Great Wall in Civ, and it does whittle away their forces. So it is good for defense, which I think Finland's going to need, because they're going to die quickly, I think, personally. So this game may be short. I'm just going to say that. But for the moment, there we are. Okay, so now we're going to put it on. Because we're in 1936, we're going to turn on to... let's set it to 4. That'll help. And then what I need to do while I'm doing that is get more of these troops selected and get them under a commander. Okay, so we'll make the Western Army under some dude over here. So, Mr. Platablu, Viljo Paternemonen. Sorry, my Finnish is not good, shall we say. And I almost think I should just send them all here. And just protect the crap out of us. Oh, yeah, because we got no troops up here. So we'll protect this border with troops. I need to protect in the middle here. Because, honest to God, if I don't, I'm a dead duck. So we'll send him here. If I set it to AI front lines, I don't know. I don't particularly love that option, but let's just see. Oh, balls. Okay, right click. There we go. Okay, dokie. Political effort. Are we done? I don't think we're done, are we? Oh, yeah, we're done. Look at that. Okay, so now the question becomes, industrial effort becomes the next big thing. What the? Oh, okay. I don't know why that... Huh, weird. Oh, it's on political effort. I wasn't reading what it was doing. Okay, so now the other thing I want to do is once I get enough political power is I want to decide if I'm going to go fascist, I got to start turning the people to loving fascism. I just don't think it's a safe bet. Oh, that's a... Shoot. Okay, so we need to put this group in another army. What the... Okay, what am I doing wrong? I guess I'm not right-clicking, yeah. Nice job, Johnny. Nice job. Okay, so now I've got some military here. I am going to make sure that they're good troops. I think that's something of an issue. So we'll start exercising this army. I need to get all of these guys into probably another army. So just to... Oh, no, I can't purchase a dude, can I? Yeah, I can't. Because it cost me... A new commander will cost me 10, and I still only have 1. Oh, it's still paused. Why is it paused? Okay. So now that'll rise up. As soon as that's up to 10, I'm going to add a new commander and then basically make a third army. It's kind of a mistake, but we'll see. We are chucking along. Okay. So as soon as we get this set up and bordered correctly, I'm going to address this military issue. Okay, I can add a new commander. Oh, I should have upgraded him. Bugger. Can I still promote him? Are you sure you want to promote all positive traits on 1 skill point? No, we'll just leave him there. Okay. So I guess I could make him a field marshal or something, but it doesn't matter. I don't need him to be a field marshal. That's fine. Okay, so now I need to build up my political will and do a lot of research. And I need my navy. I have 1... What do I got here? I got 2 heavy cruisers. Wow, that's... terribly exciting. Oh, the one thing I haven't actually set up is my building and my military. Well, it's because we're struggling just to arm our troops. Holy crap. Can't even build tanks at the moment. That's funny. Yeah, because we're doing the Great War. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not going to build any crap stuff to start with. That's bad idea. So what we'll look for, as soon as we can do research. All right. I can add a naval unit, though. What do I want to add? Oh, a heavy cruiser, or oh, we need convoys like crazy. So there we go. Okay, that'll keep that busy. We need oil. I thought I requested oil. Maybe not. Oil. So the other job I need to do is I need that out of... Ugh. If I get it from the United States, I'm going to struggle quickly. Let's get it out of Romania. Except for... There's so much more in the States. I think we're going to try for that. Oh. Can I not trade? Okay. Oh, because we have no convoys. Oh, bugger. Okay, so I gotta get it local. That's basically what it comes down to. Okay, so let's go. We'll go Romania because I think I can get it from them. Can I not? Why do I need a convoy? Why do I need a convoy? I don't understand. They're local. What about the Soviets? Can I get it from them? No, I cannot make a single trade without a convoy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is just going to be slow. This is always the issue, right? Trying to get enough resources. See, like, the only thing we really have is steel and some chromium. So, yeah. And we don't really have a navy as such, to be fair. If I was going to make a navy, I'd make submarines just to kind of cut off the Russians over this way, because if we can cut off their supply routes, then it'll make it easier for us later in the game. So now, the other key component here is we gotta buff ourselves up with Mr. Hitler. All right, so yeah, sure, why not? And then when we're at the boring waiting around part, because there's literally nothing else I can do at the moment. I don't really want to get into troop design quite yet. No, these guys are unassigned. Why are they unassigned? Oh, it's because I moved them, that's why. Okay, so we'll take these guys, put them on the border. There we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. And the Germans are already working their way through. Hey, we finally got political effort. Okay, that'll help. And then I'm just going to do industrial effort, and then we'll start heading down the tree. And then, okay, so now we have enough. We can actually get our guy. So here's the other options you have. You have political advisors. Oh, there was the Spanish Civil War. That's nice. I can't do anything about it. Each of these gives you buffs of different kinds. The big one we need is this dude. Because as soon as you have him, he starts to drive up this stat. And we will suddenly have... Yeah, look. The communists are at 1%. So at least the fascists are at 10. So you're chasing a little easier road, I think. So we'll do that. I always wonder about this because I think this is the easier route to take because it does get you to an election if it happens before the war starts. Otherwise, they just overthrow eventually. And then as soon as we get to this, we'll start dealing with conscription issues because that is a problem. Why are you already... Oh, because you're exercising. I hate that. I hate the fact that they, like, suddenly start starving to death. Well, not starving to death, but you know what I mean. Okay, so what we want to do now with this dude is we want to do the same thing with him we're doing with the other. There we go. Spread these guys out a bit. And click this and go like that. Click this and go like that. There we go. Just get them spread out as much as possible because if we don't, we're going to get in big doo-doo. Okay. I do need to get these guys out of being so green because right now they are horribly green. So I can't get the oil I need. This is so annoying. Oh, can I get it from Finland or Norway? Where's Norway? Norway has all sorts of oil, but apparently not near me. Balls. I don't think I can actually get any of it. Yeah, I just don't have any convoys. This is such a pain in the butt. I need oil, but I think I need oil to build convoys, and in order to build convoys, oh god, it's just such a ball ache. Okay, so now we probably should start setting up our military. The Jinjalakaba, holy cowabunga, I can't even say the name of that. I'm not even going to try because that's going to be ugly. Okay, let's see here. They're 3 deep. Huh. I can't afford to buy any of this yet. I need this. Support artillery will be huge. I don't want to make these divisions any bigger for the moment. What's this one? Oh, these are... Okay, interesting. Okay, so if I put this one out there... Wow, they have so little... I can't even do that. Wow, okay, never mind. Okay, so we literally can do next to nothing. So, do we do this one? Problem is, if I start this one, then we're going to have trouble later on. I'm going to hold off until we have the manpower to be able to do this and the resources, because those are the 2 things that are just going to kill us. Okay. Can I actually get a naval commander? Oh. New commander. Okay. New commander, 5. Okay, that's easy enough. Okay, so we're going to set them out. Great industrial effort. Okay. That will help us a lot. Let us see here. Okay, I need to do not the research, it's the other. National focus. Okay, let's see here. Equipment effort, motorization. Oh, pardon me. Oh, right, I need army effort if I'm going to do that. Okay, I will do that, but I want to do this because we need more factories. This is ridiculous. I can't do hardly anything at the moment. I'm going to get crushed if I fight the Russians anytime soon, so I really need to get to the point where we got some troops. Oh, look, they already wiped out Ethiopia. I'm okay with this, actually. I'm okay with not having much in the way of a navy because, honestly, I can't really do anything anyway. It's just one more thing to have to keep track of, basically. So, hopefully if these bases get positioned, I should be okay. But we'll see. We'll see. We're getting there. So, just to point out, as you can see on the live stream, we've raised $125 so far. And because I'm scrolling over, it's doing that. Sorry. Can we minimize? Yeah, go out a bit. All right. So you can see that the Russians already have 5 divisions right beside us down there. That's a little creepy. I'm not really shocked. They're going to patrol this area as soon as they saw us. But it's interesting to note that there is nothing along this border. It almost makes me want to attack them, except for the fact that I have nothing to attack them with. So it's like the same problem, really. Okay, so let's have a look at our army that we're training with right now. These guys. How are they doing? 62% fighting strength. 54, 59, 49. Good lord. 69. They're getting there. They're getting there. I might start training these troops as well, because I think they're green as grass. Yeah, current fighting strength is 49%. So let's train with them. It'll cause problems in the meantime, but that's okay, because I'm not terribly worried about that. Ah, bugger. I don't want to build tanks right now, just simply because the tank option we have is pathetic. Okay, so... oh yeah, research. Huh. Okay, we got 2 to deal with. Light tank. I think we're going to go light tank, because I can't realistically see any way that we can do heavy. Okay, so now while we're doing that, we want to do... Yeah, we don't have that. We don't have mass assault. We're going to do that one. Because, in all fairness, there's 0 chance that we're going to be able to do much more than a defensive battle. What we need is we need allies that are bigger than us to come in and help us out when this all kicks off. Okay, we have enough political power now to do some things. Limited conscription. Oh, we already have limited conscription, and we already have problems. Wow. If we do that one... Oh, can we not do that yet? We got... okay, interesting. Huh. I guess we need it. Oh, we probably need it at a certain percentage, that's why. Never mind. Okay, so ideological crusader. Silent workforce. We got political gain. We want... Yeah, I think we want that. That's actually... That'll be a big advantage for us later down the road. We need to start buffing our military stuff soon. Oh, great. Alright, we need to build more more civilian factories. I couldn't build any, though. Oh, balls. Great. So I need more civilian factories. Oh, that's military factories. I've been building civilian factories. Oh, right. Okay. And I can't build any more at the moment. Yep, I can't build anymore. So I have to wait until they're done. So, yeah. Okay, so I can't actually build military factories? Like, what the heck? Okay, so we're done that. We should probably do a bit more of that, because apparently we need that for trade. That's fine. God, this is just... This resource issue is crushing the crap out of us right now. So really our additional problem... Yeah, sorry, I'm not reading those because honestly they don't have a lot of reason to worry right now. Once we start to get to more important stuff, I'll at least let you look at it. Yeah, we need more civilian industry in order to do that. God. What's our... Huh, we can't trade with them at all. Yay, this is annoying. Holy cow, I didn't realize we were in that big of a deal. I would have done more civilian... Well, no, I did as much as I could. God. Okay, we'll get rid of those. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We need to get cozy here. How's our cozying up to Germany going? We should probably cozy up with the Italians as well, actually. And, oh, I know what to do. We should actually cozy up. Okay, so how's our relations going? Oh, funny. So our opinion's crappy. Because we're unaligned and we don't like the Germans because of it. Okay, so we're done that. So what we want to do is we want to get the other guys on our side. So let's start working on Sweden so that we can Improve relations. Improve relations. I know this is costing us political power, which may become a problem. But I really am scared spitless that this will become an issue if we don't have the backing of others. So the sooner we can get our Nordic brethren on board and get our German brethren on board, the better it's going to be for us down the road. Because if we don't have them, we're going to be in deep crap when this massive nonsense kicks off soon. Probably in another 3 years. So we've got 3 years to basically get this all sorted out. I love the fact that because we moved troops up here, there's all of a sudden all these Nordic troops here. We're not going after you, boys. Not unless we've got this dealt with, because we'll just die. Unless the Germans sign an agreement and we can be in the Axis. If we're not in the Axis, we're screwed. We'll start to improve our relations with the Italians. And, okay, so now, problems. Well, we're at 121. We spent a lot of political power, but that's okay. We will deal with that shortly. I don't know what to do until we actually have the civilian factories to handle more trade. That's becoming an issue. Where are we at anyway? Actually, we got 35. That's funny. So we have 88,000 people already. So we only have 395. That's kind of sad, actually. So we can't actually make new troops even if we wanted to at the moment. And that's with conscription. Good God. We'll do this one now. What does that give us? Requires political effort. Our enemies may divide and conquer lesser nations, but our people will be stand united all for one and one for all. Right. This will help us out big time. So that will help us create a better situation eventually. Let's see here. Ugh. This is not good. I don't like being on the borders with them. I mean, I was on the borders with them with Romania, which led... In the one game I played, it was okay, because I went down into Bulgaria, got Bulgaria, which was now Axis state, and then took parts of Yugoslavia, because everybody else jumped in as well. Budapest, Hungary took this big chunk that they demand at one point in the game, if the Germans agree to it, out of the middle of my state, which is so annoying. And then we ended up attacking Greece, and that became my death point, because I literally could not take Greece. I just fought and fought and fought. And Greece is a shit show, to put it bluntly. It is constantly causing trouble. Then this border here is rather horrendous for the Romanians, as long as they don't have enough troops. And they start off really undermanned, much like Finland in that respect. The difference is they have a lot more supply. And so they end up struggling to get supply. And as you can see, here's the problem. If Turkey stays unaligned or joins either of the other sides, you're screwed, because you cannot get any supply. I could not get any rubber thanks to Gibraltar, because the Brits had taken this area and I couldn't get out of the Mediterranean, so I literally could not get any rubber. So I couldn't build airplanes at any speed at all. It was so disastrous for me. I've never played Poland. That would be horrendous, I think, because you're literally just squashed right from the beginning and you're undermanned and underpowered. Finland is going to be a challenge. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to do what we can, but I can't guarantee we're going to do very well. How are we doing here, guys? Slowly working our way up, I think. Current manpower, current fighting strength, 60s. Hey, we're all in the 60s now. That's good. So that's entertaining. That's handy. So if we can get them up to full fighting strength before anything kicks off, that'll be helpful for us later. These are things I'm only just learning myself. This stuff here is just, that's going to crush us. But this is coming as we're training. We're getting more experience. That'll help us. So we need to get more experience. As soon as we get airplanes, that's going to help. I should probably, next research I should do is probably into the air area. But man, this is taking ages. 143 days. Good Lord. I wonder if I should change this rather than do... Oh, that's why, because it's 2 years in advance. Okay, so maybe rather than doing that, I should do this. We're not going to actually build this fighter, but we do have to get it started. That's still going to take 180 days, but hopefully it'll speed up. Light tank is almost done. That's getting there. It's going to be late. Okay, so who knows? Hello, everyone who's now on. Poland isn't so hard. Okay. That's interesting. Thanks, Cease. I did not know that. Interesting. Sweden would be fun. It actually has a fairly large army for most of the rest of this area. Plus, it has the advantage of staying safe because it's got some defense against others. Oh, here we go. Oh, hey, look at that. So, join the Axis. Yes, because that's basically what we need to do. Had to glitch out Germany. Yeah, I would suspect you'd sort of need that because if you don't, yeah, the Germans will crush you. I'm sure it's any of these are achievable. I'm not good enough at it. Basically, is what I guess I'm arguing here. Nationalism focus. Let's do that now. So we are going down the fascist trail. For those of you that have just joined us, I have built a bunch of building a bunch of military forts along this border on the basis of I think I'm going to get killed if I don't. So I built defense, figuring that the Soviets will attack me first before the Germans will attack them, and I'll have to defend as long as feasibly possible. I'm also trying to make my country nicer with my Nordic brethren so that they'll come to my aid, because I don't care if they're on the same team, but as long as they're sort of controlled and will actually come to my aid, we're good. Because again, I think I'm going to get crushed. I don't even have convoys at this point and can't actually build any because I don't have any oil. It's such a kick in the butt. Okay, so I got an export focus at the moment.